We will start. First and foremost, good afternoon to everyone and especially to our teacher. Right now, we are representing our we are representing and discussing about gestology. Gestology. Introduction. Gestology is a term originated by Bruce Labal of the Walt Disney. It means that the all organization's employees must treat customers like guests and manage the organization from the guest's point of view. It has been proven that gestology makes good business actually it in the standard in the service industry. So kani si Bruce Labal mo na siya nagkuhan sa kanang nag the father of the gestology. So palihog kog next. Many establishments and organizations are doing everything to improve the level of quality service through the performance of the employee. Other, other develop their system. Some also embed the concept of corporate culture and the environment in their actual of these are deemed effective. But sometimes what we often forget is that center of the service concept is our guest. This would be focus of our study, the concept of gestology. So in my understanding, in the business organization, unsa ka importante ang pagkat-on o pag-implement sa maayong pagserbisyo when it comes to quality product and quality service. Kay dili nato mabit ang customer satisfaction. In fact, it will reflect in the business kung in your business organization nag-implement ani. So maabot jud ang sa punto nga our business will be enhanced and growth by providing best hospitality. That's the purpose of gestology is to give the top quality service in our guests. Additional information lang, ang guest, customer client, pinaka-importante ni when you establish a business kay diri nato gikuha ang atong revenue. Para mo access ang big revenue and prosperity, dapat ihatag nato ang mayong pagserbisyo kanila. Next na palihog. Reality bites. Arlene and Story time. Arlene and Rochelle dine at a restaurant in Iloilo. Renewed, renowned, renowned for its excellent local cuisine and unparalleled hospitality. Cheryl hurried over to make sure that the food was served piping hot to the appropriate members. The group Cheryl was confused when another dish was brought to the table. Although really excited, she still had the idea the next this dish could be put on the table. The group was very pleased with the food and services provided by Cheryl and her colleagues, Arlen and Rachel, who are now so grateful, shared their experience with friends and families and reminded them to always stop by this restaurant when in the area. So, para na po, in this story, I just wanna say, is the example of best hospitality and best quality service. Kaya ang ilang business organization nagbuhat og maayong pagserbisyo sa mga bisita. Upon entertaining the guests in their business establishment, they do the standard services. Like for example, kanang when the guest entering the establishment or business establishment, you know, gibuhat nila ng example lang ana kanang nihatag sila greetings, mayong pag-greetings, kanang greetings, smile, ug ang kanang when it comes to product, quality product, no, gihatag nila ang mayong pagserbisyo. Kanang naay-sort ang ilang pagserbisyo ba when it comes to product, naay paghanay. No, kay kung inanam ko na itong i-implement sa atong business within employee kay dili na to makita ang kuan niya kanang kalambuan gani. So dili ni reflect nga na-impress ang guest, na-amaze ang ta kay siyempre nibuhat ko sila standard services. So siyempre ikaw mismo ako siguro tagaan ihatag na nila ang nindot ang pagserbisyo nako. So ma-amaze jud ko siguro nya og magpasalamat siguro ko nga inana ilang gi hatag nga pagserbisyo. So mao lang siguro to.
Content, I'm Hil Adamson Aboybama. I'm reporting the content. Nag-study ta sa Guestology, muguwa jud ang duha ka word na service and hospitality. Service is perfectly clean executed is different from hospitality. Service is about delivering the needs and wants of our guests. Question is, what makes the difference is hospitality. Hospitality is the positive emotional response answer from our guests. Mao na siya kung nindot na kanang feeling ba na ni-response ba. Then service is a skill. Ato na ng abilidad yun na nakatunan. While hospitality is the spirit. So, kuha na nato, ma-feel na nato, maramdaman nato inuna. Service is what we do for our guests, while hospitality is what we do with them. Hospitality is dynamic. We forget good service, we remember hospitality. Question is, why the hospitality is dynamic? Because is constant or continuously over the period of time and fast change. Paspas kay iyang pagka sabusab in that sa business environment. Next na.
Good afternoon, guys. Good afternoon, sir. Guestology. Guestology is a practice used to provide quality service which will be beneficial to any organization. The main purpose of this is to simply put the guest welfare because the goal is that employees must treat every customers as guests and manage the organizations from guest point of view. So ang goal aning guestology guys is to create and sustain the organization that can effectively meet the customer's expectations and still make a profit. As we all know that the guest is most important in hotel to get more profit. So without guests, no profit. Next, types of service. First, we have service product. Next, service seating. And then delivery service. Sa service product, ang example there is creating a show. So the service product in this part of the guestology is the destination itself together with its people. The show will occur when guests feel like they are immersed in part of a living motion picture. So in creating the show, it is important that everything in the place that guests sees, feels, smell, and hold the product. Other senses reflects to the theme the organization created. So ang example ani nako guys sa service product is since katong nag-on-ship mi sa Appleton Hotel. Naa siya time na mga guests na kanang naa siya service like gikuha sila o kanang sakyanan yun mismo sa hotel. Depende sa ilang gibook kung ang ilang gibook is katong with kuan kanang with sakyanan. So nasa guest na kanang sila ra jud mismo ang mo kuan sa hotel mo adto. Next sa service setting. Creating a fantasy. Physical environment is vital to the success of histology in order to provide a show and bring the guest into the fantasy world. This strategy has been used by many hospitality organizations to enhance the guest experience by theming. Through this, it will add value and create a unique setting that will guarantee a guest satisfaction. Next, we have delivery service. This part of the guestology can be the most crucial as this is where the goal of exceeding the guest expectations will occur and if the service delivery is successful. So in this part, it is important to pay attention to every detail of the delivery of products and services. This includes, for example, the servers kanang sa mga restaurant sa hotel, front desk, receptions, and other forms of service delivery because they place an important role to the guest experience. So ang naka-experience ani is kanang nasa front office na assign. Therefore, they can be the most significant component to the service delivery system since they are the one interacting with the guest and they can make a difference. So for the benefits of guestology, first we have increased guest satisfaction. Since the organization system is to meet and exceed the guest expectation, these guarantee an increase of growth satisfaction considering the application of guestology. Next, we have repeat business. When a guest expectation is met and was provided as excellent service with a worthwhile experience, repeat business is always possible. So, ang example lang ko sa kaning repeat business is sa Appleton Hotel. Every week, balik-balik ang mga guests. For example, ni-out sila this week, next week, balik na sad sila. Kaya nga no, nakita man gud nila ang service sa usa ka hotel nga makakuan gyud sila, makaiganyo gyud sila nga pagbalik-balik dira ang hotel since maayo man ang pag-treat sa mga employee. That's my part.
Okay, next, as a continuation, we have the customer expectation. So for customer satisfaction and customer service to be achieved is very important. Unless the establishment already knows what the customer wants, what they expect, and who they are, it will be very difficult to match up to the expectations. So a guest who will dine in a restaurant for the first time will have a different expectation. A guest who has been in the restaurant for a couple of times. So therefore, there's a difference between sa first time o sa mga nga nag-dine sa restaurant. So for an example, in casual restaurant or in a restaurant, customer expectations are to receive fast and accurate service at a reasonable price, served by a friendly staff in a clean environment. So ang mga guests, nakadungog-guro ni sila silang friend or sa kanang social media ba nga, nindot niya ang service sa kini nga mao nga restaurant. But then, pag adto nila sa mao nga restaurant, there's a mismatch such as the service being slow or the food being poorly prepared. So what will happen man sa kanang sa mao nga customer sa pag-adto niya nga ang yang gi-expect dili di ay mao. So the customer are going to be dissatisfied. Kay kanang na-dissatisfied man sila, so dili na sila ganahan nga mobalik sa mao nga restaurant. Kay wala man na meet sa restaurant ang gi-expect sa mao nga guest. But unlike for those people who has been a couple of times in the restaurant, they already know the kind of service they have, yet they are satisfied. So, i-relate na ko sa reality bite sa kang imbong ganiha, like ni Arlene o ni Rochelle. ni-drop by sila sa maong nga restaurant dito sa Iloilo. Then as they entered sa maong nga restaurant, they feel welcome good. Greet sila og ayo, gi-entertain sila, gipalingkod sila nga comfortable, and then gi-serve ang menu, and right after that na-serve dayon in less than 15 minutes ang maong nga food nga init pa siya. So kanang well prepared bitaw gyud. So mauto nga si Arlene ug si Rochelle, so ang ilahang gibuhat kay kanang nakauyon sila, na-meet sa restaurant ang gi-expect sa mao nga guest. So sa kanang nasatisfied sila, ang ilasang gibuhat, ilasang gitabi or ilasang gi-share ngadto sa ilahang friends. So mao na nga once gali nga kay nakita man nila, so ay ilang gibuhat ato nga magbalik-balik po sila sa maong nga restaurant dito sa Iloilo. So it is important po that we are going to note of the guests sa ilahang likes, dislikes, needs, and wants, and profile, as this would be the baseline of our operations. So please continue. Next.
Customer expectation. Planning for customer satisfaction is really important in this case as well, as this will be the platform for design of the experience. An example, understanding your customer, reply to all feedbacks, actively ask customer for feedbacks. Gistologies. Gistologies is very important that everything is in place when the guest since first come in contact with anything about your establishment. So the role of gistologies is very critical. That is why understand the guest expectation or needs before they expect the gistologies. In Philippine culture, where there are different sets of belief and ideas, there are also different sets of expectation. An example, a conference set in Hong Kong would have all its meals in cocktail style. However, if you have Filipino guests, this cannot be acceptable because a typical typical acceptance meal for them would entail a proper table setup with plus seating and ambience. There are different if there are different expectations would determine what kind of planning and design you would want to have for your guests. Next chapter.
Customer expectation. Establishment oriented toward the provision of services in tourism and hospitality must always be careful not to over provide said services as our client becomes more exposed to what we offer. He become more complex and as such he is accustomed to relying on our decision making skills to seek out the best to offer them. If a customer were to walk into a fast food restaurant with tables laden with expensive lines, they would expect that levels of a casual or gourmet restaurant. Anticipating customers' needs is one of service main responsibilities, and they should be good at it. A guest needs a sample space so they can get the privacy they want. These expectations tend to increase when the level of service provided by the facilities also increases. Establishment guard toward delivery of service in tourism and hospitality should always be careful not to over-deliver the said services or guest becomes more exposed to what we offer. She becomes more complex and as such as accustomed to rely on our decision making skills to look what best to give to them. If a guest were to enter a fast food restaurant with tables lined with expensive wine, she would be expecting that levels of a casual or fine dining restaurant. Food attendant, waitress would literally wait for their guests when dining in a restaurant. Anticipating guest need is one of the primary responsibilities of a waiter, and that she should be good at it. If we handle the concern and attend to the guest request, but it does not mean that the waiter should be in close vicinity of the guest. The host would actually see and notice that the waiter is on tiger look at him, her. A guest may sample space so that he could get the privacy that she wants. She needs a cozy environment that she could enjoy and spend it with people he she would want to be with. Depending on the service desire, must our guests have general similarities when it comes to their expectation. Their usual expectation would be that the establishment be clean and the staff coach is responsive, reliable, and friendly. The expectations usually go up if the establishment level of service also goes up. Unfortunately, not all high-end or luxury establishments have maintained these kinds. What are the customer expectations? General customer expectations are a set of ideas about a product, service, or a brand that the customers hold in their mind. For example, customers that buy an Apple iPhone over another phone brand have a set of expectations about the product. What are the four main customer expectations? There are four main customer needs that an entrepreneur or small business must consider. These are price, quality, choice, and convenience. Price is how much a business charges for its product or service. Customers want a fair price when purchasing a product or service. Usually low price will draw in many customers although people ultimately want value for money. It is important for a price to match the quality of the product or service that the business is selling. For example, if a jewelry shop sells a rare diamond, customers will expect a higher price. In this instance, having a low price could put people off. However, if a discount shop sells its own brand of chocolate, customers may expect a low price as they will assume the product is of low quality. So quality relates to the standard of product or service being offered. Customers always expect some level of quality no matter how much they pay for a product or service. Generally, those paying a low price will expect a lower level of quality and those paying a higher price will expect a higher level of quality. For example, if a person buys a handbag for we may expect that to last for 6 months. However, a person who spends on a handbag may expect it to last for 5 years or longer. Similarly, the levels of service offered by business also vary in quality. Low price often means a lower quality service, whereas a higher price often means a higher quality level of service. Choice. Choice is very important. Many businesses have a range of products and or service available to suit different group of customers. Customers have different needs and desires when buying items. They might want different style or size or even completely different product altogether. For example, a clothing shop may need to stock a range of styles of clothing and a range of sizes for each item of clothing. This offers similarly a sandwich shop would need to offer a range of sandwiches to cater to a range of customers. For example, a customers on a vegan or vegetarian diet would not be interested in a tuna sandwich. Businesses that operate through a commerce are able to have a wider choice available as they are not restricted by the display area in a typical shop. Convenience. Customers and consumers want convenience and are often willing to pay more for it. Convenience relates to something being easier, quicker, and generally less hassle for customers. An example of this would be buying clothes or food online rather than traveling to a shop. Or at takeaway, customers are often happy to pay an additional delivery key for the convenience of being able to stay at home. Another example is ticket selling. This means being able to display tickets by an app on a smartphone rather than requiring customers to print out these tickets. Oh, thank you.
A guest at all 2022 noted in their article that even in luxury hotels there are still basics problems that are actually unresolved. With social media around, guests have easy access to flaunt these problems, which is it a springboard for them for problems. They enumerated a number of problems in their article, which are the following. First, ay, first rooms with concerns extending from small size rooms to rooms with no modern technology. So examples, customer is trying to upgrade the room since they are couple yet the room they have is two queen bed. They need to have a king size bed or guest trying to get a handicap room since the guest is old already yet guest is provides to a room far away to elevator and need to go to stairs. To arrogant and or closeless staff, with comments ranging from staff being rude and no answer to question posed. Example, customer is asking questions yet instead of listening to the guest concern, give out resolution. Staff did not bother to listen but instead being rude to the customer. 3. Failure to respond, mainly covering staff failure to respond to guest complaints. So, example, customer complaints of neglecting customers' concern to better assist them and make their stay remarkable experience, yet staff did nothing. 4. Poor delivery, covering complaints such as late service or wrong service. So, food delivery is attentive and cause customers bad experience like during check-in. While when food delivery don't know how to locate customers booking or customer request was provided to a different room or guest. 5. Cleanliness. With criticism on soiled linens, carpet stains, and heat traps in bathtubs. Example, guests rushing to food delivery because when they get into the room, blood stains is all over the bed, CR is flooding, drainage was blocked by falling hair, and carpet smells bad. 6. Amenities and utilities with associated the locker inside competitors or thermal store issue. 7. Billing, with guests grumbling about having them charge extra for parking, internet gem, and like so. Example, so say guests got surprised when they booked the reservation of parking is for free, but when they check out, they were charged for it, and aside from that, they were also charged for breakfast when they booked it with free breakfast. So these issues like this are typically simple to solve, but management should allot time and enforce policies in monitoring these problems and ensure that guest service is really a top priority.
For continuation, customer, otherwise known as guests and clients. In the hospitality and tourism business play a significant role in operations. To understand their behavior and to strategize the efforts of the company, it is important to identify and match each need to each type of customer. So according to the Corporate Finance Institute in 2015 has identified 5 basic types of customers that hospitality and tourism enterprises should be aware of. They are our loyal customers, 2 is impulse customers, 3 is discount customers, 4 is need-based customers, and 5 is wandering customers. So the first is the loyal customers are actually the most important segment to please and should be one of the priorities in mind of a specific company. Usually, this type of customers represents no more than 20% of customer base but actually drives majority of the sales revenues. Why? Because of this, it is important to note that a loyal customer values a product heavily. Furthermore, they are more likely to be the bearers of positive word of mouth and likely to recommend a company's service products. Therefore, during the planning phase, even in the decision-making process, these customers must be given heavy emphasis. So the second is impulse customer. Meanwhile, are the best type to do suggestive selling. They are also second to loyal customers when it comes to attractiveness in the market. As the name implies, these customers do not have a shopping list in mind and do shopping instinctively. Moreover, this kind of customers are receptive to recommendations on products. Similar to loyal customers, it is also important to involve these customers' belief because what they say also matters in generating more revenue. Another type of customer which affects a company's inventory turnover is the discount customer. They are contributory to company's cash flow because the products which are seldom purchased at full price are actually availed by these customers at best markdowns. So why anong need na to mahibaw-an na this type of customers? As a base HM student and a future hotelier, there's a chance, di lang chance, na jud tayo may culture nga ni na customer. Why nga kuan ma-learn ta ni nga ingani ka klase nga customer for us na makuan na ta sa tawag ani ma-aware ta nila. So that's all.
Okay. Customer guest clients. Customer is driven by specific needs. Means being customer is about putting a customer needs at the center of the business strategy. Customer driven companies build a customer focused culture, one where customer support, marketing, product, and sales team work together to provide a great customer experience. So, driven by specific needs means wandering customers. These are the less profitable customers as sometimes they themselves are not sure what to buy. These customers are normally new in industry and most of the times visit suppliers only for confirming their needs and products. So kanilang customer is driven by specific needs. Ang customer ay mo-focus sa culture, marketing, product, and sales team. Ang kaning wandering customers, mo ni sila nagpapay sure silang paliton. Ya kasagaran na nila kay nasa industry most of times. O customer po ni sila kusog mo confirm sa ilang needs nga products. Thank you.
Quality and value. Quality and value are attribute of the product or a service that ultimately decide its higher or lower sales, and also help in creating an image of the company. There is a quite a gap between what organization think about quality and how customer perceive presence or absence of quality in a product or service. It is the fact that consumer buy a product or a service not because quality is present, but they will not buy a product or quality of it. So in brief, quality and imperative in all product, and it's misconception on the part of the companies to think the value are created because of the quality of their product. Quality is important, but consumer purchase a product not because it's quality, but they will not buy in the absence of the quality. Value is a function of performance and the cost of the product and the performance. Great customer do not mind paying a higher. So, so let's talk about the quality. So quality, uh, need na siya sa hotel. Yeah. In hotel industry, we need to set a standard in order to give customer best and high quality service. Like example, may i-ask a guest sa information, then tarong man to, tarong man to tubag ang guest present ng pagkakuan para or makuha ng guest ka ng malipay siya mo uh, maminaw sa kuan sa information. So for the value, uh, for the value manig for the word value sa Bisaya pa importante or maniguro. So sa hospitality industry ato i-sure nga nindot ang atong quality kay atong service sa guest check-in sa hotel para worth it pud ang check-in sa guest, worth it ang stay sa hotel o nindot ang feedback o nindot ang image nato sa hotel dahil ang stay. So that's it, sir.
The customer and definition of value. Customer value. Customer value is the satisfaction of the customer based on their experience or expect to experience by thinking and giving action relative to cause of the action. Example, customer satisfaction is crucial to the success of your business on matter how innovative your product or competitive your praying. If your customer are unit you lo- loyalty unhappy, they are not going to stick around. Clients' work can be characterized as client from customering an item for paying extra is experience. The term value implies very one of the advantage item being proposed to the client by the item that condition of client esteem is that distinction between the advantage amount of both substantial and sensitive advantage and the expenses. That's all. Thank you.
That's all the report of Group 1. Thank you so much, classmate, and thank you so much, sir.